They say you usually have 3 jobs before you find it. I was selling flooring, marble, wood, tile. I used to say, you name it, we lay it. And if we can't lay it, we can suck it because we have a steam cleaning division. That seemed to open the doors that a lot of general contractors put.
Hey there, welcome back to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. I'm your host, Jan Simon, and this season we're raising the bar, diving into the passion, purpose, and defining moments of leaders who don't just aim high, they live there. Big ideas, real stories. Let's get into it. All right, today on Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation, we're joined by a Valley radio legend whose voice is as recognizable as his laugh. For over 2 decades, Brady Bogen has co-hosted Holmberg's Morning Sickness on 98 KUPD, delivering laughs, perspective, and a whole lot of fun to the Phoenix airwaves. Whether he's sharing the latest headlines on the Brady Report, solving life's problems in What Would Brady Do, or giving you the scoop on hot releases, Brady brings his own brand of charisma, curiosity, and wit. But beyond the mic, Brady is a man of many layers: actor, former team mascot, Christian, family man, and even a tennis pro. He's also the barbecue master behind BTP, which is Brady the Pitmaster, where he's love for cooking meats, his gift for storytelling and connection with people. Let's dive into a world of someone who knows how to bend reality, not with smoke and mirrors, but with humor, heart, and a deep sense of purpose. This is Brady Bogen.
Jeez, I don't know how to follow. You know what? Let's just end it at that. That was unbelievable. And keep up with that. Thank you.
Yeah, well, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on the show. So tell me about young Brady. Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Columbus, Ohio. In a suburb called Upper Arlington, UA, as we say. And that is right in the heart of Columbus.
Okay.
So right off the bat, you drink the Buckeye Kool-Aid.
Gotcha.
So when you're there, and my family's 3 generations at Ohio State. My grandfather, my dad, my brother got his master's degree there. He went to Notre Dame first. I went to Ohio University.
Oh.
I just had to.
Is that frowned upon by the family?
No, it was not.
Okay.
And when I went to college, I by no means was an A student. Let's just say a C+ student. Maybe.
Hey, they say, what do they say? You'll get a degree with a D.
But in getting into college back there, Ohio University has a very good radio, television, and communications school. And you had to have a certain grade point to get into that to begin with. But back when I went to OU, the admissions was basically check your pulse, you're in.
Your heart's
now
going?
It's different.
Okay.
It's tougher to get into now, but so that's what I got into.
So did you go to school for radio broadcasting?
I did.
Okay. Did you always want to be in radio, or did you want to do some other type of acting stuff?
I think originally I wanted to be on the television side.
Yeah.
Not news or just, I wanted to be involved somehow in comedy.
Okay.
Kind of entertaining some way.
Yeah.
And I used to jokingly say, well, whether I'm calling bingo at a Catholic church on a Sunday, I needed to feed that bug somehow.
Yeah.
And it took a while because I didn't have, I would say, necessarily like the courage right off the bat.
Gotcha.
Like, I didn't want to, I did try to get into radio outside of when I graduated.
Okay.
There's a girl I went to high school with, and her father just owned a couple of stations in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is about 7 hours away from Columbus. So I graduate, and she goes, you should go talk to my dad. He's crazy like you are, and maybe you'll hit it off. So I drove up to Milwaukee, 7.5 hours.
Okay.
And I interviewed with him for 3 hours. And unbelievable guy. Michael Jorgensen was his name. Had a photographic memory, had a stand-up desk.
Okay.
And when you walk into the office, you see the stand-up desk, and he's got his computer monitor there. And in back of him is the butt of a deer. And it's a pencil sharpener.
No,
so you stick it into the rear of the deer.
Oh my
and
God.
So I'm like, okay, this is
my type of
this
people.
guy likes to be funny.
Yeah.
And he has all this stuff. And so he basically told me, if you want to get into radio, what aspect do you want to get in? Do you want to be in promotions? Do you want to be in production, on air, sales, management? And coming out of college, I basically had no idea. I just wanted it. I didn't know.
Just let me in.
Yeah, but I didn't really convey that to him at the time.
Oh, okay.
He basically said, once you decide what angle that you want to go in, what department, what area, then I can help you.
Gotcha.
So when I said photographic memory earlier, 3 years later, I'm on the verge of, I've done a couple of jobs, nothing in my major. They say you usually have 3 jobs before you find it. I was selling flooring, marble, wood, tile. I used to say, you name it, we lay it. If we can't lay it, we can suck it because we have a steam cleaning division. That seemed to open the doors at a lot of general contractors' places.
Sure.
But so 3 years later, I'm like, I majored in this. I need to get in somewhere. And I got a call from the general manager of that station in Milwaukee and said, we just have an opening for a promotions director at the station. No experience. I went up there, interviewed again, came back, and a day later they offered me the job. I was 25 at the time, so I moved up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, January.
I spent 3 months in Milwaukee, January, February, and March.
There you go. The weather, I would say, is 9 months of winter and 3 months of bad sledding. But when the summer is on there, it's amazing.
Oh, beautiful.
So I started as program promotions director. $18,000 a year. Moved. It was 40 below. My first day at work, I had to wake up at 2 in the morning and set up for the wacky morning show on FM 106, the country station. Working hard to be your country favorite. And it was right. So they're doing a live remote that morning at this mall. And I just remember the mast, basically. When you did the broadcast back then, you had to hire an antenna. And you had to put it about 40 feet in the air. And it was a separate vehicle that would ride the giant antenna, and you put it up. Then that shoots that signal back to the main tower where the station is.
Yeah.
It's 40 below. That thing is frozen.
Stuck.
Yeah, so we had to figure out a way to heat up. And my promotions assistant at the time had been at the station he'd been promotions assistant for 3 or 4 years. So here comes college boy, no experience, gets hired as a promotions director, and he was figuring I'm heir apparent. So, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He worked there, but this guy with no experience gets the job. So there was a little bit of a chip to begin with, and I just had to let him know, look, I'm learning from you.
Yeah.
And let's just have some fun doing it, and teach me the ropes.
Yeah.
And he ended up becoming a pretty good friend there in Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's such a interesting town.
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of stuff, and it's funny because you go down by the water. There's some really cool
Lakeshore
stuff, and then you can jump in the car, drop down to Kenosha or whatever.
Yeah, you can drop down there. So that's funny you mentioned the Lakeshore. I rented a place over the phone, and it was right off. It was in Bayview area, which is South Shore. And when I moved there, I had a buddy in Chicago, and he drove up to Wisconsin with me to help me move in. I had a little U-Haul trailer, and I lived in this. It was like a guest house. Back then, it was a German neighborhood, and the Germans would basically build a little mini house in back to build the big house in front. So they would live in that for a while while they're building the bigger one. So I'm in this late 1800s brick house. It has a caboose stove in it. It's 40 below, and that lake effect. So when you're in bed that first night I'm there, it's just that howling wind against the window, and it's just that ice frost. And when I showed up at work that morning, I'm like, what did I just do?
Oh, yeah. And it's a cold, like I grew up in Washington State, northeastern Washington, and we get snow and it get cold. But I'll tell you, and my kids lived in Apple Valley for a while, Minnesota, so I'd go visit them. But when I had to be in Milwaukee, I mean, it was brutal cold.
And there is a difference, which is funny, between Minnesota, especially Minneapolis, and Milwaukee. Like the days of sunlight in the winter. Minneapolis, the sun would come out a lot more. Milwaukee,
not at all.
Katie bar at the door. That is dark.
I think it's light for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then, it's funny. I was in Michigan for work one time. Never been in that part of the country.
Yeah.
I had to go to Kalamazoo, and I thought, I'm close enough. I'm going to go look at this lake. I can see Chicago across the way.
Yeah.
Like, drive over there. I'm like, holy crap, this is a freaking huge
it's
lake.
massive.
It blew my mind.
Yeah,
Blew my mind.
it's like
Milwaukee the same way. Same thing. Huge lakes.
And the suburbs around there, the people, it takes a while to become accepted in the community in a way.
Yeah.
Because some of these people have never been outside of city limits, like 2 or 3 generations.
Isn't that crazy?
Cash in the mattress. It just was old school, hardworking.
Yeah.
And they don't travel
That's
all that
crazy.
much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But and then there's some areas, once you get to know the people in the community. My first year, I was there for a year and a half, but the first year being the promotions director, we had a country station, and then the other one was AM station, which was like a big band, Frank Sinatra, Music of Your Life,
Yeah.
WOKY. So both of them were MIL, Milwaukee.
Oh.
And so they're kind of a heritage AM station, and the FM was a newer country.
Okay.
But being country and being the music of your life was a lot of events. So the first year, I did 252 events.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
We had a rolling radio, which was about a 40-foot trailer, and it was pulled by a dually crew cab truck, which technically it should have been a bigger truck pulling this. They made the trailer themselves. So it was giant FM 106 on the side, and it was so heavy. There's times in the winter going to a remote where you're trying to stop, and you're sliding 40 feet. It's like a train because it's so heavy. We did have the promotions director that I replaced was a girl, and she was there for 3 years, but she actually rolled the trailer on the 94.
Oh, my God.
That was a big news story back then. So there's pressures on that. And then trying to back that thing up and learning it, I had to go to truck driving school.
Did you really?
Yeah, up in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And it's really neat, that in of itself, if you ever get a chance to do it. It's this giant blacktop training ground. So you're in a full truck. First, you train in a bobtail, which is a truck, no trailer.
Yeah.
And the instructor has a pad in his hands that controls the brakes. So you're doing 360s.
Oh, no kidding.
They hose off the pavement.
Yeah.
And they're teaching you how to counter steer. And so they'll lock up the one side of the wheels and you start sliding, so you got to counter steer it the other way, straighten it out. Then they hook a whole trailer onto the back and they put safety straps on it, because the trailer in a truck, if it goes past 15 degrees, it ends up in your lap.
Oh, yeah.
So they have these straps that keep it going. So what's wild is you're training one at a time doing these things.
Yeah.
And you're doing a 360 with a tractor or trailer.
So they're basically teaching you to slide out in the thing.
And they're teaching you to slide out. They want you to know what it feels like. But I can only imagine. I always think it, because where the school is, it's right along the 94. So people on the 94 are driving by and seeing these trucks doing 360s.
Sliding around.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
So you got whatever the license permit on that in order to drive the rolling radio around.
That's crazy. That's insane. Did you always know you wanted to be, I think I may have asked you that.
In radio?
Yeah, in radio.
No.
Okay.
No, and I got my foot in the door. I just knew I had another friend I went to high school with. His dad was a general manager of the station, and he just said, get your foot in the door, no matter what. Just try something. The only way, you go in there and you find out, radio's not for me.
Yeah.
I did an internship at a TV station, which was kind of fun. And at OU, we had a campus television station.
Oh, okay.
And my senior year, my thesis, more or less, was I did a children's show called Imagine That.
Oh, really?
And
did you have to write it and produce it and everything?
yeah,
Okay.
and you put it together, and it was kind of edgy at the same time. But I ended up doing the pilot,
Okay.
and then it's kind of like, what is it, KET, with the public station here that we have, KAZT or something.
Yeah.
I'm so bad. That's
KTAR, KAT.
But anyway,
whatever.
that station, it's kind of the equivalent of that,
Oh, okay.
or like the public station.
Gotcha.
And they said,
PBS.
would you do 3 more? Would you do 5 or 3 to 5 more episodes after that? But I was graduating.
Oh.
But it was kind of cool that, like,
Yeah.
okay, it had enough on there that maybe something
They
could
thought it
happen
could-
there.
This episode of Above and Beyond is brought to you by the amazing sponsors who help bring this show to life. A heartfelt thank you to Above Par Network, elevating connections and creating impact. Foundation Insurance Services, protecting what matters most with confidence and care. Meritum Credit Card Processing, empowering businesses through expert consulting and unwavering support. And Rocks Ink Calligraphy, bringing beauty and personal flair to every handwritten detail. We're proud to partner with these outstanding businesses who share our passion for excellence. For more about our sponsors and exclusive podcast content, visit abovebeyondpodcast.com.
And then one of the cooler classes I took there was a comedy class at OU. And it was taught by, the professor was a guy named Mel Hellitzer.
Okay.
Mel Hellitzer was an advertising exec in the 70s, 60s.
Okay.
And he wrote some commercials. I think he was the guy behind the movie. Do you remember a commercial in the 70s, Mousetrap, the game? Mouse?
Yeah.
Did that one.
Okay.
I think he was involved in Operation.
Oh, kidding.
You touched the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was good friends with a old school comedian, Henny Youngman.
Huh.
And Henny Youngman actually came to our class on that semester.
How cool.
So the deal of the class was, it was humor, writing, and performing.
Okay.
So your final exam is either performing a stand-up routine or you write it for
somebody else to
in the class to perform it. So then the final is open campus. You perform it in front of the
everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wants to.
And they jokingly set it up that saying your grade is based upon the amount of food and fruit has accumulated on your shirt, foreign objects thrown at you, all that. And basically I had a fraternity brother that was in the class with me, very funny. And I was on his routine, and then I did mine solo, and then another person in the class asked us to both be in their deal.
Oh, cool.
And it was pretty fun. It was a surreal moment. At that time, there's probably, 800 people there, and there's your final.
Yeah.
And then you pass, but that helped because back then, some of the stuff they were teaching was jokes and stuff that you would submit to the Carson Show or late night.
Oh, no kidding.
And they'll buy the jokes for $200-$300 a pop.
Oh, wow.
Also, at the time, Hallmark and other greeting cards.
Writing the cards?
Yes.
Really?
You could submit. So they teach you how to do that and where to submit it, do that. I never submitted any of the stuff, but a couple of people in the class did, and
That's
some
pretty
people
cool.
were making a living doing it.
That's crazy.
Then they end up getting hired inside. So one of my best friends in college at the time was a fraternity brother. His name was Tom Brenneman, and Tom was the voice of the Arizona Diamondbacks for years, and then he did Fox football, and then of course 4 or 5. It's coming up on 5 years. He had a live mic. It's accidental. They came back from break, and he was saying something. Basically, he was finishing up a statement, and that went over the air.
Oh.
It was a homophobic slur.
He got canceled.
He did.
That's too bad.
4 years.
Wow.
No one. Here's a guy that was doing it for 25 years at the time, and he took it as good as you could. He understood. He came back, and there's shirts that are made after that. He came back on the air because he had no idea. I understand something went across the air, and this might be the last time I'm wearing these headsets. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a paycheck from the Cincinnati Reds or Fox. Deep drive to Castellanos. He still doesn't miss the call, and that became legendary in itself. That he was like, "Oh, you're apologizing, but then you're calling the game." Yeah.
Wow.
But he just got hired back. CW, the channel.
Yep. Channel 7 or whatever.
Just started doing CW Sports.
Oh, okay.
So it's ACC games, basketball, football.
Yep.
And they hired him, and he's doing mornings at a heritage station in Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
I think it's WLW.
Okay. Not WKRP.
Which is no, but those characters live there, believe me. So, and his father is in the Broadcast Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Marty Brenneman.
Oh, okay.
He and a guy named Joe Nuxall used to call the Cincinnati Reds games since the 74 and on.
Wow.
And Joe Nuxall was at one time, he still might be, but he pitched, I believe, in Major League Baseball at the age of 15.
No kidding.
I think he was for
The youngest player.
The youngest player, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Did you play sports growing up? Or
I wrestled and played tennis.
Okay.
And baseball up until 9th grade.
Okay.
But I decided I need finesse sports, wrestling
Yeah.
and tennis.
Wrestling.
Kind of the opposite, but
Yeah.
that was what I did in high school, and then I continued on. I continued to play tennis and got into the USTA deal and started moving up in the ranks. And I'm glad I did it that way because my best friend in high school was a very good tennis player. He ended up getting a full ride to University of Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Coming from Columbus, Ohio. And his parents are diehard Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and he's back in Columbus and has season tickets. But he kind of burned out on the game outside of college. I played a couple of tournaments with him, but you could tell you're grinding it all that time when you're younger.
Yeah.
You kind of phase out of it a little bit.
So did you get into pickleball now?
A little bit.
Yeah. That's a big craze.
It is fun, and a lot of tennis players have stepped it up to the next level.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I was talking to KK yesterday, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and he said that we used to play basketball. So how I met him and Rob and all those guys was we used to play basketball in Kevin's backyard.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin's built a pickleball court now out of
Turned
the
it into a
basketball.
pickleball. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to come over and play pickleball now. So.
I'll have to come over and invade that group
Yeah,
one
oh,
day.
for sure.
It's a fun game, and of course the big thing they talk about is it's also the number one injury.
Oh, really?
Sport that has injuries.
Oh, no kidding.
But it makes sense because people that are picking up pickleball are 50 plus.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been over to Palm Desert. I have a friend who's got a place over there, and we've been over there a couple times. And you go play, and there's like 80-year-old guys and ladies out there playing, and you're like, you feel bad, and then they're smashing on you. You're like,
You can pick up pickleball a lot easier than tennis.
Yeah.
And that's why you'll see a lot of unorthodox shots and strokes. But if you come from a tennis background, you pick up the game
Really
pretty
quick.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has the toughest thing for me is one of the rules and commands is to stay out of the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a battle for me in life to stay out of the kitchen. But
Literally.
yeah. So, yeah, I enjoy that
Yeah.
sport. We'll see what happens, how long it goes. Because in the 70s, racquetball was huge.
Yeah.
All the way
Oh,
up until the 80s.
yeah.
And then that kind of went away.
It's crazy.
Pickleball will last, I think.
I think so. I went to school in Central Washington. My degree is fitness and sport management, but one of the classes I had to take just to satisfy the degree was education in racket sports, or teaching racket sports.
Yeah.
And we actually were playing pickleball. Now, it was nothing back then, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was back in the early 90s, but it's funny now to see it come full circle. And I think there was a kid that was on the football team that was in my class, and we would just go
Go
mad.
at it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, we were so competitive. But I love playing. So yeah, I told KK, I'm like, okay, I'm coming over. I'll come invade your court.
So when I was picked up tennis at 6 or 7 and played from then, and about when I'm 9 or 10 years old, we brought in at the club that I grew up at, brought in a sport called paddle tennis. So it's a elevated court.
Okay.
It's designed for winter sports. So it's a aluminum deck that's coated with almost like the tennis.
Okay, so like
It's a
more
gritty
like
surface.
sandpaper type thing.
And they had propane heaters underneath. So if it would snow, the deck is heated.
Okay.
So the snow wouldn't accumulate
Nice.
for the most part. And it's screened in.
Okay.
It's like a heavier gauge chicken wire around it. And it's about the dimensions of a pickleball court.
Interesting.
So over the net, the ball is a solid, not like a lacrosse ball, but
Okay.
a little bit more
Hard.
spongier.
Oh, okay.
And they want it, it's not Super Ball bouncy.
Huh.
You want it a little more dense so it doesn't bounce up high.
Yeah.
But you hit it in the court and you play it off the screens over the net.
Oh, really?
And so
So kind of almost a cross between
racquetball and
racquetball
tennis.
and tennis.
You get-
Interesting.
You get one serve,
Okay.
and that's a red serve, just like in tennis. And when you get to the upper level of that, it's big in the back east
Okay.
and Midwest because,
It's cold.
yep.
Yeah.
and you don't play in the summer at all. It's winter. It is an amazing sport. Like the addiction on that one is just the same. Like you'd think in tennis, an overhead, you got a pretty good chance of ending the point.
Oh, yeah.
In paddle tennis, you can hit 15, 20 overheads in a point. And you're back in the back corner, and you're scraping off the screens. And a lob, a lot of times, is an offensive shot. But you're trying to hit the crease in the corners.
Oh, gotcha.
Because if you hit the crease, it goes straight out.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Huh.
But
when I was in high school, I played racquetball quite a bit, and there was a guy, his name was Dick O'Brien. I feel like he was old as the hills. He was probably 50, but he was old guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he'd kick your ass playing racquetball.
Just knew all the angles.
Oh yeah.
Would go up high above your head.
He'd be standing in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
You're running in circles around him. He's just like,
it's amazing.
and then slap.
John Holmberg, who I do the radio show with, he and I used to play a lot of racquetball.
Oh, okay.
And it was at the Village in Camelback, which is Central Phoenix. And one day, there was this girl that was working there, and her name was Rhonda. I forget her last name. She ended up she won the Nationals.
Oh, wow.
So, but we'd never play her, but we'd always talk smack.
Okay.
You don't want any of this, Rhonda.
Yeah.
And so one day she came over. She's coming out of the pool. She had a towel on and a bikini and flip-flops. And she goes, all right, let's play. And I'm halfway decent at racquetball. I'm a lefty.
Okay.
So it gives people a fit on the one side of the wall. So she's like, let's play to 5. I'm going to spot you 4 points.
No.
She beat me 5-4.
No.
It's just to the next level. And I think that's what happened with racquetball.
Yeah.
Is that upper level, anything above the knee or in the hip, it's coming back. It's just rolling out the wall.
Yeah.
It's a kill shot.
Yeah.
And that's what their accuracy is so good.
Yep.
Squash seems to think it still survived, but it's really big in Middle Eastern countries. They always have they host the big tournament over there.
Yep.
It's all glass, and the seats are all the way around it.
Yeah, crazy. My dad used to play handball quite a bit. And
my dad did too.
He played back in the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
But
I used to go to tournaments. My dad would play in Columbus, but we'd go to Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. And so same thing with paddle tennis. The guy that played at University of Michigan, my buddy, he and I started playing competitive paddle.
Oh, wow.
And we ended up getting ranked 35th in the East. But we'd play tournaments in Milwaukee, Chicago, Pittsburgh. And it was fun because you'd go to the tournaments and people would house you for the tournaments.
Okay.
So you're meeting just amazing people that...
Well, in Midwest, I mean, there's something about it. I mean, the people are very hospitable for the most part.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, there's outliers. And it's changing now demographically, but...
It has, I think, generationally, too.
Yeah.
It's maybe... Because John, again, go back, they'll give me a hard time when I go back to visit, whether it's Christmas. I'll stay with my sister at her house. My family will.
Yeah.
Or my parents will come. We're just like, if they come out here, no, just stay with me.
Yeah.
But
and he's like,
a lot of people don't understand that. And you get it to a certain extent. But we've never run into that with all of a sudden they're there for 2 weeks and they're still, you got to entertain. It can be draining.
And exhausting, yeah. Well, it's interesting, like when my kids come and visit, I mean, love having the kids over, but because they don't live with us now, it's like now you got to feel like, okay, now I'm entertaining. So when you have family in town for an extended period of time, you're entertaining. It's like, okay, we got to take them to go see this or go do that or let's go find some place to eat or what have you. So when did you move to Arizona?
1991.
Okay. Was that for...
And I moved in Milwaukee in January. I moved in
July,
the end of July.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You've taken great times.
I drove from Milwaukee, and the owner of the station, we ended up about a year into it. It's funny, the connection with the owner of the station is I was a tennis player and paddle tennis.
Okay.
And he belonged to this club in Milwaukee called the Town Club.
Oh.
And he goes, I understand you play some paddle tennis. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'd like to have you as a guest when you just got here. Come to the club and play. And we play these two guys that he's never beat before. And we just beat him 6-2, 6-2, and destroyed him. He's like, do you want to play next week? And so
you're in.
Hit off. I'm in on that end, and it was great. And then he invited me to the Member Guest tennis tournament.
Oh, wow.
And we lost in the final, but we made it all to the finals there. And so he started becoming my guru in the business, at least showing me all aspects of the business. And he says, we're looking to buy some stations. If you want to go with me, wherever we do it, it's up to you. And
Nice.
I knew Milwaukee wasn't my landing spot. I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, it was Phoenix, Arizona. And he's like, you grew up in the Midwest. This is third.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm in. Let's go for it. So it was 1991. We started a station called KZON 1015.
Okay.
It was, and then we had an AM station, 1230, KISS 1230, the rhythm of the city, who I do the morning show with, John, ended up doing a lot of the voice
Oh, really?
for the station.
Okay.
And there's some funny stories from that station. And then he ended up, the owner of our station had stations in Milwaukee, Boise, Idaho, and Phoenix.
Okay.
And then they decided, it was 95, I believe, they sold the stations for $96 million. They said that was enough to retire on.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what?
Forced myself to live on that.
So he did, and he actually moved to Mexico, San Miguel Allende, which is a town. The movie Once Upon a Time in Mexico with Antonio Banderas was filmed in that town.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful town, and the long and the short of it is he had his own demons. This is going to be a downer. He ended up taking his own life.
Oh, that's too bad.
Here you are, king of the world in a way. I think there's a combination of that and battling depression probably, or bipolar too.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's interesting.
There's a mystery on it.
Having a conversation with somebody recently where we're talking about that, and it's like, no matter what, at some point, all of the stuff just becomes empty.
Yep.
And then you're there, and you got to...
It's a chase. It's a chase for, a lot of times life ends up being a chase for happiness.
Yeah. And it's what you make it.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've gotten older, and I think you're maybe a couple years older than me, but as I've gotten older, and it's like I've realized life is, this is like whatever I do in my life is what's going to make me happy. Right. So I may as well do things that are going to make me happy, because there's no...
And it takes a while to find that out.
Oh, absolutely.
What it is, and then you discover that happiness sometimes, and you always hear it like, oh, your parents, it's the little things.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how sometimes that...
Absolutely. And don't you wish you could impart that on your children?
Yeah.
Right? To be able to...
And you want that.
Yeah.
But you got to let them...
figure it out themselves.
Do their own journey.
Right.
To an extent. You try to guide the best you can.
Yeah. Right. And then they push back, and they tell you how stupid you are.
And then when you get to my age... especially, and I mean, but that we had a comedian in, I forget, it was about a year ago, and I can't remember who it was right off the bat, but we were talking about, I had just turned 59, and he was right around my age, 58 or something, and he's like, we've got 20 summers left.
Oh, that was
you think
great.
about it, that's like 79. I'm like, oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
That has just hung with me the whole time, and as I see it, it's like, I don't know if I want to I don't have any desire really to live the 90s decade.
Yeah,
watching my parents.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, my grandparents, all four of them lived well into their 90s.
Yeah.
For the most part, had their facilities all the way through, but started getting dementia and Alzheimer's and things. My mom's dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's now in her 70s. But, like, I feel the same way. Like, I'm happy to live as long as I can while I'm cognitive and can wipe my own ass.
That's probably the number one thing that goes through your mind is you don't want the dementia or go through that, especially if you see a parent or whatever. And on my side, both parents, my dad passed away about 2 years ago, and he was 89, lived 9 lives, and his mind was sharp all the way up to
Nice.
But that's their fear, because a lot of their friends had been mentally missing for 10 years.
Oh, for sure.
They still hang out with them.
For sure. And you think, I mean, I'm watching my mom right now, and she remembers things long term, short term. We sit here and have a conversation in 5 minutes. What'd you do today?
Yeah,
it's like,
it's wild.
Talked about
when
that.
It goes,
and so tell her again. But that freaks me out to think I'm going to be a vegetable in a wheelchair eating some type of green slop.
To your family.
No,
and I think that's our parents feel the same. The last thing I want to be is a burden. And I mean,
I tell my kids, if I'm ever at the point where I can't feed myself, just put me right at the edge of the Grand Canyon Just leave me there with the locks
Wheel it
off the
over.
wheels. I will take care of the rest of it somehow. So,
It's yeah. When you come, I always say it's like the intention's to be that way,
yeah.
but I don't think, or you realize that's happening. Some people maybe early enough are going, okay, I'm starting to feel the slide,
Yeah.
and they might own it. But so, wild thing is my mom, we had a family friend. Her name was Betty Hamilton. And anyway, she had horrible arthritis.
Okay.
And she started writing letters to Dr. Kevorkian.
Oh, really?
And they had a relationship because Kevorkian was very thorough. He's like, well, she's like, I want to be done. And so you write letters to him, and he sent me he wants to know the medical files and all that, and then look at it. And he's like, you qualify after 6 months. If you really want to do it, I'll help you. So my mom drove her to Detroit.
No kidding.
And they met at a hotel. It was Kevorkian and his assistant.
Okay.
And they basically put Betty in a chair and hooked her up. And you basically hit you push the buttons. And they left her there, and it's up to her.
Yeah.
So, which is wild. And I didn't know this was going on
Yeah.
at the time. Because you have to be very quiet because this was. And so Betty followed through.
No kidding.
And my mom had to go to the hotel room with the assistant, and he basically says, "Yep,
She's passed.
declared that, passed. Now you need." He says, "I think he dropped her off, like a block away from the hospital. This is the way you had to do it." And she wheels Betty through the emergency room and said, "This person is deceased."
No kidding.
And they know kind of what happened. They know it's a Kevorkian deal, and she leaves the body there, and they take the body and do the assessment. That day, she got a call. She was still in Detroit, and the lady that was the president of the Hemlock Society, which I had no idea that even is a society that believes in that too, where hemlock is, of course, a poison.
Yeah.
And that's why they kind of base it on that they're pushing for assisted.
Yeah.
And she wanted my mom to be involved with her. And my mom just had lunch with her and said, no, I don't. And what's interesting is my mom, I was mad at first.
Yeah.
I was mad that she did that. And at the same time, this is a friend that really, her life, she had to have special keys made, Betty. Fingers couldn't move.
Oh, wow.
And it just felt like your body is being stuck with 1,000 knives at all time. So it's debilitating.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think as you get older, I still don't know if I could. I think as I get older, it's closer. If I could wheel somebody up or do that.
Yeah.
And I asked my mom that a couple years ago. Would you do it again? And she says no.
Yeah.
She's like, I want it. I don't. Not that I'm against it, but I don't want to. I don't care to go through that again after the fact.
Well, I think there must be some guilt that she carries with that at some level, right?
I guess so, because she was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
And that's I'm
totally against Catholic.
That's a big sin
Yeah.
to take your own life, or more or less. So I think the Catholic guilt was coming in on that. But at the same time, I don't think she. So when my dad at the tail end, he checked out gracefully, more or less. It's like we told him, we were able to sit down with him at the end and say, Dad, you can go. Mom's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And
got this.
in 5 days.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I think, I just hope. I hope at some point I just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just, whatever. But
that's my mom's side of the family. Both grandma and grandpa.
Morbid.
The heart just stopped.
Yeah.
85. And my mom is at 86 right now.
Okay.
And she goes, I can only hope for that. And in fact, I know I will. It's Irish background.
Yeah. At what point, too, you're just sitting waiting? Is tonight the night I go to sleep and I don't wake up?
I know. I talking to my dad the last couple years, and he was funny. He said, how you doing today, Dad? Well, I'm awake.
Yeah. Got my shoes on.
But I'm ready anytime.
Yeah.
And then it just got to the point where all of a sudden you got to hand the keys in. Can't drive anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not. Someone's got to tell you a little bit, and there's certain things.
That would be tough.
Oh.
That'd be tough.
He fired his age in golf at 85.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. So you moved to Arizona in radio, broadcasting. At what point did you hook up with Holmberg, and how did that all transpire?
So John, we're at the Zone, and John came right out of, pretty fresh out of he went to that Arizona broadcasting school. I forget what they call the exact thing, but he came.
The one down here in Chandler?
I think it was.
Okay.
It wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'll do this. And he got in the door at the station, and he was dubbing tapes, doing whatever he can. Whatever they needed, he's like, I'm in. And I was in sales at the time.
Oh, okay.
So I did advertising sales for almost 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And
that's brutal.
At 10 years, it's fun, but similar to what you told me earlier, as far as I liked getting results for helping people with their business.
Yeah.
But I was not huge on, I did not want to be the Herb Tarlick.
Yeah. Closing the sale.
Yeah.
Always be closing.
Yes, exactly. That was a turnoff to me, and said, and I was happy that I was working at the time first with this, selling a good product. That people listened to it, and it worked.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be the number one station, whatever. You have customers there, and if it fits right, it works.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see how it works, not right. And not selling stuff just to sell it.
Yeah.
Because you can make some good money doing it.
Sure, yeah.
And there's the rub of sales, no matter what it is. People taste the money. It becomes about the sale more than actually helping what's good for the client.
Oh, for sure.
So John worked his way up, and he started doing overnights, and I kind of burnt out on the sales thing. The reason why the burnout was, you mentioned it on the introduction a little bit, I had a friend at the Diamondbacks, and they were auditioning. The Diamondbacks were awarded a franchise.
Okay.
The Diamondbacks. The Arizona was awarded a franchise. The Diamondbacks in 96, I believe, is when they said it's happening. And they have commercials that they're going to run on TV to promote this new MLB franchise.
Okay.
And their idea was to have 2 avid fans to sit out front of the stadium as it's being built.
Oh, wow.
So they're in lawn chairs. They got a cooler. They got
So
Diamondback
kind of
jersey
stuff.
on.
Yeah.
And the whole slogan
Bears.
was, it's going to be big.
Okay.
That's the thing. Diamondbacks baseball, it's going to be big. And so the first couple commercials, anyway, they had done readings and auditions, 400 people. And my buddy was the marketing and VP of marketing and advertising for the Diamondbacks. And he goes, I got a guy. And the agency at the time was like, what? No, I'm telling you, my buddy, he's perfect for this. So he calls me up and says, hey, will you come in tomorrow and read for this 30-second commercial that we're doing? And he faxes it over at the time.
Yeah.
And so the script comes over, and it's like, it's an avid baseball fan. I'm like, yeah. So I go down there the next day, and there's these actors in a bullpen sitting down there. I'm like, what's going on here? And I could hear him saying, oh, he must be independent. I didn't even know what that meant.
Okay.
Find out later that they have agents.
Okay.
And they're sent to these auditions. So I go in there and I read the part. And as I'm picturing it, I know baseball, a diehard fan. I do it kind of Chris Farley-esque.
Nice.
And so I do a reading, and there's probably 6 people in the room watching you. The agency, the director of the commercial, and a couple other people from the Diamondbacks. And all of a sudden I do it the first time, and they bring in a guy that I read with. And I notice the guy's about 6'5".
Oh, gee.
So I'm the short. It's almost like Lauren Hardy, but reverse in the height. And I read with this guy, and they go, thank you. They send that guy out. They bring another guy in, and I'm like, I read with him, send him out. They bring a third guy in, and I just, holy crap. They want me for this part, and I'm doing radio sales.
Oh.
I don't know if I could even do this, pull this off with my job. That's what I'm thinking. And so I read this third part, and the next day they go, we want you to do the commercials. We're going to need 2 days to film. It'll be 2 different spots. And so I have to tell my sales manager and the general manager of the station, because I'm thinking they probably will shut it down.
Conflict of
but
interest or something.
GM was like, awesome.
Nice.
Just do it. Okay. You're hitting your numbers. It's like, well, this is great exposure for us regardless, even if you do it. So I did the commercials, And the thing that really kind of iced it for me is they held a mock press conference. And the guy that I was paired with was an actor, and he didn't know much about the game of baseball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was a football player, but he didn't know much about baseball. Only I'm basing this on the opening night of Diamondbacks baseball. There we are in the first inning, and so it parlayed from the commercials for 2 years.
Okay.
So the first two players they signed were Matt Williams and Jay Bell.
Okay.
So I ended up doing commercials
With them.
The other guy, Brian was his name, but they said, come up with your names. And I came up with the help of the owner of the station at the time, Drew Haybata. And so my partner, the actor, comes up with his name, Byron Jenkins.
What?
Which is like, okay. So it's Drew and Byron, but Drew and Byron was symbolic of Diamondbacks.
Okay.
DB. So we have that. I do the commercials with Jay and Matt Williams, and I still am friends with Jay Bell this day from that. Off and on through. We play a lot of golf.
Okay.
Amazing guy.
Yeah.
But they then asked us after this press conference, basically you're the face of the Diamondbacks for the first year and a half because no players are there.
Yeah.
And so you're going to go out and speak to schools, promote the team.
Oh, no kidding.
So here we come to the inaugural season, 1998, and they're like, would you work the home games, which is 82 home games? And I said, I'm still doing the radio sales, basically 8 to 5, and then I'd go to the ballpark after that. I said, let's start with half the home games, so basically 41 games. Ended up having a couple more in between there. It depends on the series and how things heated up. So 50 games a season. And I did it for the first 3 seasons.
Wow.
And that was all improv, more or less. You see him do certain in-game stuff, like the hot dog races.
Yeah.
And then I had the T-shirt gun originally. First year of the T-shirt gun, a little side on that, is this was the original steel barrel. And I could put it all the way into the upper deck.
Oh, geez.
And one of the ballparks, a person fell out of the upper deck, and I forget which one it was. And so MLB's like, no more shooting in the third tier deck.
Yeah.
Keep it in the mid
lower
sections over there.
Yeah.
But you could literally pinpoint within 1 or 2 people. That's how powerful it was.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Which brings me to the next time. The guy I'm doing the games with, Byron, always wants to do some stuff, and his ideas weren't always the greatest, but the one we decided, I said, how about if I take the T-shirt gun, and it's just in between the inning, and I'll shoot you with the T-shirt gun. So he's across from me about 50 feet away, and it couldn't have been on a better leg. It was a curveball. It was a 12-6 right in the crotch. And he couldn't get up. He was down the field.
That's like you shoot in the upper deck. Yeah. Oh my God.
The other time we're up in the third deck, and it's a promo for America West, I think, at the time. Regardless, there's little camera hutches at the time, and so they're like 7-foot ceilings to go in there, and then the camera pit's right there.
Okay.
So we're underneath there. There's no camera there at the time. We go out there, and they show you on the Jumbotron.
Okay.
And you're holding up whatever, or you're doing some kind of skit. So it was the Fry's Kids of the Game.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, how about if I get up there and I'll just start river dancing? Which is like, okay. And so we have handlers that take us around to the parks, and they're like, shaking their head. I mean, his energy, he's trying.
Yeah.
And I go, let me see what that looks like. And so he's 6'5".
Oh.
So he tries to do a Michael Flatley. He jumps up, hits the concrete out. He's laid out. We do the promo. Wake him up afterwards.
Oh my God.
There was some. It was a blast, and I just ended up working the 3 seasons and was burning it. But that Diamondback mascottery opened up the door for doing a lot more commercials.
Gotcha.
I ended up doing some commercials, 4 or 5 for the Valley Toyota dealers. SRP had these summer energy tips. They're 15-second commercials. I did those. I did two kind of national deals. Wells Fargo Bank was doing a Rangers checking account. And so it was basically me in a Rangers uniform as a vendor. So but in the vending thing, it wasn't peanuts it was checkbooks.
Checkbooks.
And so it's like, get your checkbooks here. And it's a cutout, life-size cutout. And they put it in all the Wells Fargos in Dallas, in the Dallas area.
Oh, no kidding.
In the stadium. And I remember getting a call from a girl I knew that was living there. And she's like, I'm at the grocery store right now at the Wells Fargo. Is that you at the Wells Fargo branch? And then one game,
That's awesome.
it was the Wells Fargo night, and the commentators had my cutout in the booth with them, and they're interviewing the cutout randomly. What do you think, sir?
That's hilarious.
And the Diamondbacks sent me that one. I had no idea that was going on. The second one was I did a Lime Away commercial.
Okay.
And Phoenix is a hard water market.
Yeah.
And that ended up running in 36 to 50 markets.
Oh, wow.
And I had no idea. It took a total, they come to your house, and this was when they first had the portable HD cameras. And they just basically said, we're going to film for about an hour of you in your bathroom. I don't want you to touch it because you're single. And that was referred. Another friend said, you should go to this guy's house to do it. So I do a little improv. And I'm like, okay, we'll use him. And so there's probably 4 people in the commercial that they cut to back and forth about how hard the water is. And I put the Lime Away on my shoulder at the end. I dare you to knock it off. Like the Robert Conrad. Anyway, the commercial runs. And for the next 5 years, I'd get a check for $11,000 to $15,000 for basically an hour and a half.
No kidding.
Of work, but I would have no idea that the commercials are running.
Still running.
Yeah, I'd get a call from a buddy in Chicago. Just saw the Lime Away. Did you say cattywampus?
That's hilarious.
But then you think, so if you land a national commercial, that's why you see like Flo and back in the day when they're exclusive, like Pat from Toyota.
Yeah.
They don't want him to do any other commercials. He can do sometimes some movie stuff. I don't think he did too much. He came from Second City.
Oh, really?
He was with, actually, he was some of the guys that were on SNL. He came from that pedigree, kind of. But he ends up doing the Toyota commercials with people. But that's a very good living.
I'm sure. McDonald's
national ad. Some of those people are making $200 to $500 a year.
Wow.
Easily.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Let's talk a little bit about Porkopolis and Brady sauce. If you're good with that. So I've partaken in both.
Yeah.
Tell me how that came to be. I mean, what got you into that side of the house?
The radio biz, more or less. There was a guy, his family owned a butcher shop, bakery, and a restaurant called Midwestern Meats.
Okay.
It's in Mesa. And he was a sponsor on our AM station. They're supporting Nebraska football, but he also listened to us in the morning, and he goes, I know you like smoking and grilling. And so I went over to Midwestern Meats, and it is man mecca. Huge meat cabinet, fresh cut meats, steaks and everything. And I'm like, this is amazing. Then next door is a bakery.
Oh, wow.
And then it's a Midwest kind of restaurant, and like you do the pork cutlet sandwich, or it's just old kind of comfort food.
Yeah.
And so his name was Rod McConnell, and his dad started the business. He was a meat cutter back in Iowa. So he came to me and said, you should do a barbecue sauce. I'll put it in my store. Let's put one together. So I thought about it. I'm like, that would be kind of fun, but I don't want to put a piece of crap in a bottle and sell it for the novelty side of it. I want to be involved on the recipe side. So I went in his kitchen with one of his cooks, and we went back and forth and kind of put a first flavor together.
Oh, wow.
Which was, right off the bat, we went with a hot and sweet.
Okay.
Which was a traditional barbecue with pineapple and cayenne. And then I came out with a sweet and smoky. So the 2 flavors, and I just started selling them at Midwestern Meat.
Okay.
And that opened up the door to doing a couple other flavors, and some other stores wanted to, I don't know. By the end of it, I have 1 case left
Oh, really?
I just decided to shut her down this year.
Okay.
But I was in 63 stores. It was in all AJ's,
No kidding.
Sprouts, and a lot of most butcher shops and some boutique.
Have you been in the Gilbert Butcher over here?
Yes, I was there. I was in it for about a year.
Okay.
And the tough thing for me is doing my radio job and really all of a sudden
Pushing that.
coming when Christmas season would roll around, I would do a 4-pack thing.
Okay.
I'm the clearinghouse.
Oh.
So I'm packaging up bottles. My garage turns into a Amazon warehouse.
Yeah.
And it's good, but, was the juice worth the squeeze at the time? There was a lot of work, a lot of time. So anyway, I did the sauce all the way up until this time. That started it's 16 years. And probably 4 years into it, I had a friend that was a restaurant guy.
Okay.
And he started a barbecue restaurant in Las Vegas at the Rio called The Rub, which stood for Righteous Urban Barbecue. And they were open for about 3 years. It was a 12,000 square foot restaurant.
Oh, my God.
So it was big.
It's huge.
And it was a young kid out of New York that owned the concept, the restaurant, and being young in New York, and he's killing it in New York. He's like, let's open one up in Vegas. So my buddy said they had to go on for about 3 years, and he had to renegotiate the contract to do. He's like, you're not going to, the rate we're doing, it's such a big place, you're break even. If you're looking to make money on this, it just won't pan out. Huge space. And so he knew I had the sauce, so he came back and he was like, what if we do a barbecue concept? So we had the meats, we had the sauce. He goes, sauce is a big battle in barbecue. You need consistency.
Yeah.
Restaurant consistency alone on everything is when you go to this restaurant, you want the same thing you get every time.
Right, yeah.
Which in barbecue, I would say of all the meats, the brisket's the toughest to be consistent. And so we opened it up, Porkopolis. It was called Porkopolis, and that's the nickname of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So my great-grandfather, 1835, German guy named Peter Bogen, George Bogen, they're brothers. They came over from Germany, landed in Cincinnati, and they were purveyors of pork products and wine.
Oh, wow.
So they started that in 1835.
Oh, wow.
What's interesting is Cincinnati was the largest provider of pork and wine because the Civil War was happening. Chicago wasn't quite open. The train lines weren't there right off the bat. Yeah, until they got the tracks out there. But Cincinnati was a big supplier.
Oh, wow.
And there are 5 German families, and that's where they named it Porkopolis.
Oh, no kidding.
And I have an article from a paper, and it was 1921, and it talked about the pork fraternity, and the Bogen family was in there. So
that's cool.
I didn't realize how much bacon I had in my blood, and that's where we came up with the Porkopolis name. I checked it out. Could we call it Porkopolis without any copyright infringement and everything? And that's fine. If you go back to the Cincinnati Stadium, they have hot dog stands in there they call Porkopolis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so we opened it up. It was an 8-year run. 4 years where it was really good, and the last 4 get tougher and tougher. Meat costs. Brisket went up $1.50 a pound in 1 year, so there's $50,000 off the bottom line.
Yep.
And then minimum wage, just all the stuff that you're fighting. Like, if we would have done these numbers in year 1, we'd be
broke.
No, we would be profiting.
Oh, would you? Okay.
But the cost kept going up. It was kind of a wash. So the last 3 years, it was break even. And the one thing we did was we opened a second location. And I left that up to my partner because he's a multi-location guy to begin with.
Gotcha.
If I were to look back on it, I probably wouldn't have opened the second one.
Just stay with the one.
Just a little patient.
Yeah.
Because the design was to open up multiple locations and then take it from there.
Gotcha.
If someone comes around and wants to
franchise or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a fun run. It was taxing on the family. My daughter was pretty young at the time.
Okay.
And it was just, if you're in the restaurant biz, whatever time you think you're going to spend there, double it. Whatever money you think you're going to spend there, double it.
Triple it.
And now it might be triple.
Yeah. I was actually meeting with one of my clients today who's a restaurant owner.
Sure.
Multiple locations. And we were talking about that, about not only the cost of labor, which is massive, the cost of food, obviously.
Yep.
But then also the employees that are kind of entitled and
Turnover is big.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending battle
Yeah.
on that. You'll always have, especially when you first open. There's one restaurant that just opened up, and it's a buddy of mine that has multiple locations too. And I asked him, I go, what did you spend on the build-out? $3 million.
oh, whoa, no kidding, wow.
$3 million is like the $1 million. Like that was
Yeah.
to TI money when you released the tenant improvement. Some of these restaurants will spend that, but you drop that kind of money.
You're so far in the red there.
You need to, what you do is it's a 3-year turnaround. Most of the formula on that I've found is it's
3
like,
years.
if you invested in a restaurant or something like that.
Gotcha.
3 years is when you want to do like the first payout. But if you go gangbusters right off of that, you can do distribution earlier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a, of my clients, I would say those are the hospitality restaurant clients are the ones that just, I mean, man, every month.
It's got to be your passion.
Yeah.
And if you're just one location, you need to work it. There are cases where a person says, you know what, I've retired from my one business and I'm going to buy a restaurant and I'm going to have someone run it for me.
Yeah.
It can work, but I'm telling you, ask people in the restaurant business is like, you have to work it because things walk.
Yeah.
If you're not there, it can't still to that degree, whether it's food, whether it's money, whether it's feeding friends on the side, and you factor that stuff in there.
Yeah.
You got to look at it, the way that systems break down now, since majority of it is electronic purchasing, you can really track food costs and what's comping, or if something's not matching up. Wait a minute, we went through 80 pounds of brisket today and only did 10 lunches. That just doesn't work.
Where are these things going?
People have some big appetites.
Yeah, for sure. What I'm assuming you still cook and smoke and stuff at the house.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to make? Is it brisket or?
I'll tell you one thing. If you ever get to San Diego, to Cardiff by the Sea, there's this market called Seaside Market.
Yep.
And they have a thing called the Cardiff Crack.
Oh.
It's a tri-tip.
Okay.
And it's a pepper burgundy marinade. It is crack.
Huh.
It's the best tri-tip I've ever had. But I would say that's number one. I go there. We go there in the summer.
Okay.
And when I drive back, this time I did it. I didn't do it last year. I'll go out of my way on our way home. Stop by the Seaside Market, and I bought 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And now it's gotten to the point where you can do it through the mail.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and you can get your own Cardiff Crack T-shirt, too, with it. Oh. It's really good. And their seafood, it's an amazing market. But anyway, tri-tip, I love doing beef short ribs.
Okay.
I don't do as much brisket anymore unless I'm having people over. Only because, there's 3 of us, my daughter, my wife, and I do a 20-pound biscuit.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy that I'll eat a brisket for
Every
2 weeks. It's a problem. You want a variety.
Yeah.
But on the smoker, it's so fun. From chicken, but then I started doing stuff like smoked scallop potatoes.
Oh, interesting.
You can do some smoked desserts, too, like a brownie fudge.
We've done smoked mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is in it. Done right, you got to let it settle in.
Yeah.
Even smoking cheese is tougher. That's got to be really low smoke. And there's different grades of smoker. I became really good friends with a guy named Mike West, and he owns a company called Barbecue Islands.
Okay.
And that's if you're looking for rubs and sauces. They carry my sauce and rubs for years.
Oh, okay.
But they've got hundreds. You can go there, and there are some really good rubs and sauces out there.
I'll have to go check it out. Is that here in Gilbert?
There is one on Power and Ray.
Okay. I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, you go in there, and everything from pizza ovens to smokers to grills. They do the islands. They build your outdoor setup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. If you could rewind back in your life with the things that you've gone through, the stuff that you've learned now to where you are today.
Yeah.
Are there points at which you would like to go back and go, stick with that, or don't give up so quick? I mean, it sounds like you had some pretty good ambition to keep moving forward in what you're doing.
Yeah. it's weird right now because everything seems like it's just gone so fast.
Yeah.
But if I would go back, sometimes there's times I wish I would have pursued tennis earlier, but then I don't think I'd be playing it as long as I would have if I did that.
Yeah.
There's some other sports too, even baseball at one time, a catcher, but I was a lefty.
Oh.
And at the time, that was not real. And still, you don't see too many lefty catchers, but now we have so much switch hitting. It was hard to find a glove. But we still did it. Golfing, but not on the business side. I don't know. Not really. There hasn't been something that's like, it's been just an amazing journey in the fact that I knew in sales that my heart was wanting to be in front of the mic rather than behind it.
Yeah.
But I just didn't, one, probably have the courage. And secondly, when I first got into it, I didn't want to start out in Yuma if I was going to be on the radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's take a look at weather and traffic.
And listen.
I just didn't want to do that. And that's so I kind of felt like if an opportunity comes by, then so be it.
Yeah.
If that's going to happen, it will happen. I could have done more, I guess. I don't know if, it wasn't like I was jonesing to be an actor by any means, but if something like that came around, would I do it or try it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the restaurant thing, that might be one. It was like, it was so close. It really was a good product.
Yeah.
We were in a C location and you could go back, you think, if we would have done this, not open the second one and just focused on that and done the walk down the hill rather than run down the hill.
Yeah.
And be a little more patient, it could have as much as I liked the background story of Porkopolis, I think that if we would have called it Brady's Burgers and Barbecue,
Bring
with
more
the
people in.
association of, oh, that's the dude from the radio or whatever,
Yeah.
it is, and you understand what it is.
Oh, yeah. It sells. I mean, it is definitely.
Beers, Burgers, and Barbecue.
Yeah. You've got the name out there.
And we had that thrown around in there. But at the time, I just didn't want, I thought, well, I don't know. I wasn't comfortable with it because I felt like, well, I'm not really cooking the food. And I just didn't get that. But that's not it.
Yeah.
It still could be called your stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because we had, and then the sauce we're serving is Brady sauce.
yeah. So you may as well.
And you think it would fit a lot better. I did sell a lot of sauce out of the restaurant. So
I think we ended up with a gallon or something like
that.
I think we got a gallon. I don't know.
I have a case of the green sriracha left.
Okay. We had.
And one case of the
Sweet and spicy.
honey mustard.
Oh, the honey mustard's good. I think we had sweet and spicy or something. Anyways, so let's talk about where you're at today. You're on the John Holmberg Show.
On Holmberg's Morning Sickness. It's been it'll be 25 years in the end of August. Does
that feel like a really long time, or?
It's gone so fast.
Yeah.
But I just signed a 5-year deal today.
Well, nice. Congratulations.
So I'll be 65.
Okay.
On a hard rock station.
So we can listen to you for another 5 years.
Then we'll take it from there.
Gotcha,
but I think one thing, again, it goes back to talking about our parents. If you wanted to do some traveling, if I can pace and could maybe throw the towel in at 65, which is the kind of the goal in a way, I'd rather do that if I wanted to do the traveling.
Have some time to do stuff.
70 to 80, you can still do some stuff, but talking to my mom and dad, like my mom went to Europe my nephew graduated.
Okay.
My sister and brother-in-law had a place over in Switzerland for a while, and so she went over there in May.
Okay.
And that was her last time.
Gotcha.
She was just saying it.
Yeah.
Because it's too much of a hassle getting there.
Yeah.
The whole process.
Yep.
I think it's just an uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
And her hip starting to bother her a little bit, and you're going to do some road work over there. And she's been over there plenty of times.
Gotcha.
She's like, it's good, and I don't regret it. I just know I don't care to go back right now anymore. I'm good with hanging out at home and playing golf twice a week and doing my thing.
In here, yeah. No, for sure.
My dad was the same way. For him, it was more uncomfortable sitting for a long period of time on the circulation of the legs and stuff.
Gotcha.
But he had, he had 9 lives, and then he was a healthy, didn't drink, didn't smoke.
No kidding.
But it was just, at 89, you're not necessarily cheating too much.
No, yeah.
But he was an athlete. So I think that would be the thing to say, all right, let's see where their 5 years takes us. And I'm at that spot right now.
Where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's 6 years younger than me.
Oh, okay.
And my daughter's 17.
So you have a young family.
Yeah.
For an old guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And she kind of wants to pursue it. But the other interesting thing is what does radio look like in 5 years?
Right. Well, I was going to ask you that. Actually, that was a question I kind of had in my head was, do you feel like with Heart, with Amazon, with everything that's out there, that radio is becoming a thing of the past?
They would say that for years when XM first came in.
Yep.
And the problem was a lot of the former people in radio went over to XM. So the initial sell on XM was we're going deep in the music, and we're going to give a variety of stations. And when it comes down to it, people like 6 to 10 favorite stations. There's 106 of them.
Yeah.
And all the people that didn't make it in radio are the ones that are doing it on XM. In a way, there's a factor of that.
Yeah.
But the big buzz was there's no commercials. Well, that's changed.
Yeah.
And the renewal, if it wasn't for new car sales, XM would be really hurting.
Oh, for sure.
So, and there's room for that. I'd say Spotify, Apple Music, those things on the music side of it, it's probably been a little bit of a factor. But the podcasting, I mean, look how many there are.
Yeah.
As far as generating revenue, you're talking 1%, 2%.
Right.
But what's neat about it is everyone and their brother can do one.
Yeah.
Radio is free. It's still a free thing. But the king is content.
Yeah.
And that's why podcasts, you've got some people that people are going there for the content.
Yeah.
And there's no one looking over your shoulder necessarily. You can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
You go as long as you want. And I'd say people that are saying starting off in podcasts, last thing you do want to do. Not everyone can do the Joe Rogan thing.
Oh.
Like, in fact, we've probably gone too long.
Yeah.
For whatever. Joe Rogan has earned that a little bit. He does have guests on there, and he'll go for 3 hours. But there's plenty of people that listen to that and are like, I'm good for an hour, and I'm out.
Well, and that's, I mean, we're running over an hour here, but I've had these multiple conversations with people where it's like, okay, 30 minutes, 45 minutes max. Yeah. But then it's like, okay, well, but can we really get into the conversation? But do I need to make it 2 episodes? Do I need to those types of things?
And the glorious thing about podcasts with somebody, and in a way, are you trying to turn this into your source of income? No. Yeah. But is there informative stuff on it? Or try to, you always want to try to make it compelling.
Right.
I
want people to listen. Right. You want people to listen. And you want the guests to come on and feel like, hey, that was a good conversation. Yeah. And I didn't waste an hour, 2 hours of my time. Yeah. Right. That I got to know or talk about things that were relevant. But yeah, it's interesting because like this is not I want to monetize. I want to make a lot of money doing this.
Sure.
It's just more, I want to have conversations with people.
Right.
I want to learn about people, have a conversation, and put it out there so now other people can listen. And if they want to hear and learn about people, they can learn about them. So
that live here.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, it's not going to be.
If you can get a national guest.
I mean, I did have somebody in Poland listen to the podcast. So
it is funny. Yeah, like our morning show, the podcast numbers are through the roof as far as in our cluster of stations. It's scary. And we just found out for about 2 or 3 weeks we were number 1 in Cameroon and Djibouti.
No kidding.
Which you go figure, you're like, you wonder how that even.
Where's that?
So
everybody's
shout out to Djibouti every morning.
So everybody's got a VPN ping in Djibouti.
Yeah,
and you're like,
and it's, as I understand today, I think we talked about it. It's like we're still in the top 3 in Cameroon. Djibouti is in top 5.
That's hilarious.
But there are, and it's neat to hear from people when you said Poland.
Yeah,
they send you an email.
Yeah,
the military when things are going. Even active, and when crap was going down, we're hearing from them. They change it. We get pictures of HMS 98 on some missiles.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, and it's interesting because I've just kind of become a fan of the show in the last couple years. Probably. I mean, Christine's she grew up at Shadow Mountain, so she's listened for. I mean, Well, I mean, I guess you have them 23, 25 years.
25 years.
So, but I can't tell you how many times I'm laughing. I mean, I'm busting up just laughing. But your humor is my kind of, this is sophomoric, my kind of humor.
Sure, yeah.
And when you start talking about
No
whatever you're
holds
talking,
barred.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which then I sit and I go, how the hell are these guys getting away with this on
Right.
the radio?
Yeah.
Right? When you think about like a Howard Stern who basically got canceled because he had to go to XM or Sirius or whatever.
He went to XM for $125 million.
Well, yeah.
So that's
right.
not a,
I mean, he didn't get
decide on
canceled.
that.
But still, I mean, you think about that.
Sure,
where it's
he
like,
went through his shares of
Right. People.
fines,
Yeah.
the FCC.
Yeah.
The big things, I think the reason why we talk about what we do and we can is because it's not malicious.
Yeah.
You're not going out of your way to talk about this because but you're also paid in a way to push the envelope a little bit, or at least it's freeing in a way.
Well, and I think you have to be. Comedy is supposed to be on the edge.
Sure.
It's supposed to, in my mind, highlight those things that we all know are true with regards to stereotypes and that sort of thing, right? We know it's not true. When you say, whatever, I'm going to say something that offends somebody, right?
Sure.
But when you say whatever it is, it's meant to be edgy. It's meant to be...
Well, it's real.
Yeah.
So it's like normally what the topics we talk about is something that you might talk about in the locker room or at the office amongst guys or amongst mixed crowd. And we're doing that.
Yeah. And I love it. I mean, honestly, I love it.
The biggest thing is it's just amazing that it's been 25 years. And
it's crazy.
This week we have Brett, who is on our show. Well, it'll be 5 years for Brett on Monday, basically.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Rich, it's wild that it just works.
Yeah.
It just kind of, when John had asked me, hey, would you want to, I was hired initially as a producer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. 25 years ago. And we were a week away from not even being here because our second week on the air was when 9/11 happened.
Oh, wow.
And that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
John's girlfriend at the time was in Tower 2.
No kidding.
And we were on the air.
Oh, my God.
And she had a meeting with, I think, American Express on like the 86th floor at 9 o'clock. And her boss was running late. So he told her, go back down to the 6th floor, wait in your room until I get there. And then the one towers hit, and they said, stay in your room. They said, there's been a disturbance. We're just checking out. The first report was a Cessna ran into one of the towers. And then, of course, second one swings around, and they said, all right, get out. So she ran out of there and tells the story of someone was the combo that you get what you think you see and what you're living and what you're actually seeing. But it was swinging around on the second one, and they're all running, and then you can't see anything. We were calling her on the air. We didn't finish the show. We went right to a news feed.
Gotcha.
And I'll never forget our GM at the time, who has passed on since, Chuck, was like, the main thing he said, don't miss any commercials. Like, really?
We got to make the money.
I don't know, a big deal here. I don't know. And we laugh at that. And John jokingly says, because he's no longer with his wife.
Oh, okay.
His first wife. He's like, Al Qaeda just missed one. He's like, they didn't do the job.
Well, John must be slow on the uptake because he didn't learn quick enough to.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But, that was weird. We go off the air, and he couldn't go over there for, I think it was 4 days, and he was able to take the first flight to New York to go pick her up.
Okay.
And who knew where this year, 2 weeks into this show.
Yeah.
And really, after experiencing something like that, how does John feel coming back? And you're going through all this stuff, and we just started back up. And at the same time, we needed that humor.
Yeah.
We need that was
for sure.
And it's amazing because we were talking about that not too long ago. Like, man, this could have easily just never happened.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. It's incredible. And I think, I mean, I commend you guys for doing that. Like I said, I mean, there's mornings where I'm listening, I'm going, how is this airing? But
yeah,
I love it because it is light and it keeps it moving.
It's funny for the most part.
Yeah.
And there's some topics that even for me, I'm coming from a little more conservative background. That was one of my main worries when you talk about coming from a Christian faith and all that. Like, funny is funny.
Yeah.
At the same time, if I'm not comfortable with it or whatever, there's only been a handful of times that but we've always said, don't be afraid. If that's not your deal, you don't have to jump in. Just don't be a wet blanket.
Yeah.
And for the most part, we've never really, in the 25 years.
How much show prep do you have to do? Like the Brady Report and stuff like that?
I get in a little before 5 o'clock. Okay. I'm usually the first one in. And I have a show prep service that suggests stories and and it'll say entertainment stuff. And then we'll check the other news feed. It feeds itself. So Brady Report picks stories, 5 or 6, maybe 7, whatever. And we've come up with little themes, whether it's Wild America or Florida. Florida's always good for news. Ohio's pretty solid too sometimes. But kind of stuff that we basically, because it's not like we're inventing these stories.
No, yeah.
But it's how it's told.
Right.
And the fact that the funny thing is I'm the furthest thing from a newsman. and I just don't like that necessarily, but that's why I do it. That's why, you're the guy, because you're going to hammer words, and we'll have some fun with that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. It's an eye-opener when you realize you're doing stories. For years, I've been doing it for 25 years, and it's such a learning process to begin with.
That's awesome.
And so that's how that happens. And then, really, it's spontaneous. It's probably 85%. We have our benchmarks.
Yeah.
Brady Report, Mondays, What Would Brady Do? Entertainment Drill. You get premature releases on Tuesdays. Guadalupe Squares, which is every Friday.
Okay, yeah.
And so then you go from there, and then we'll have comedians on most Thursdays and Fridays.
When they're in town or whatnot. Which is there more and more now. I mean, I feel like there's more comedy clubs.
There's a good batch of young comics coming around, too. But, and we have a great relationship with Matt Coleman, who has a Stand Up Live and Tempe Improv and Desert Ridge Improv.
Yeah, which is...
And all those guys, you think about it, these comedians that come through town, we've been doing it for 25 years. So we've known...
most of them.
We see them once a year for 20 years. It's wow. A couple of them talk to in between throughout the year and run. That's fun when you come up with something like, hey, can I use that? Every once in a while that will happen. No matter, it surprised you who it would be.
Yeah. I was talking to Rob, Big Rob, which no longer so big.
Yeah.
but we
Big Little Rob.
Yeah, Big Little Rob. We were talking, and it's that whole thing where do you listen to other podcasts? Do you listen to other comics? Do you listen to in fear of stealing somebody's?
Yeah. John's bigger on that he doesn't want. I mean, he'll listen, but the reason why he won't, just because of that, doesn't want that implanted in the mind. But really, when I took that humor writing class, Henny Youngman and Mel Hellitzer both said, they would say there's no such thing as a new joke. But they said you just package it better, redo it. But there have been definitely some blatant ripoffs. And there's some comedians that you'd be blown away that actually bought their character.
Thing, well, and I would think too, and we'll say the delivery, but the vessel, the comedian, I could tell a joke one way, and it would be flat. Somebody could tell the exact same joke.
Delivery.
And it could kill.
Delivery and timing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, last little piece here we'll talk about, and we'll wrap this thing up, and I really appreciate your time.
Sure.
Do you have any, favorite moments on the show that stick out in your mind where you're like, that was just, whether it was a funny thing or something you guys did? I mean, I know you guys do a ton for the community and for the rescues and stuff like that, but...
Well, there are, there's a lot, but that's funny. One that came to mind was we would occasionally do pranks to some guys in the building. We had this one guy that was on in the morning with us for almost 10 or 12 years. And he had went to a concert the night before, but he's bragging that we weren't going. Because usually we say, like, for me, like, during the week, it's a school night. I don't like being up till midnight and then waking up at 4. But I can do it for
a day or two.
Yeah. But for the most part, it has to be really a band that I really want to see. And being in so long, you go to a lot of events.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you kind of get like, it's got to be
been there.
But yeah, and you become a snob in a way. You feel like. But anyway, he was talking about this band coming out, and he's like, "Let's go," and I am not going. And he's like, "Come on, John, don't be a pussy. You gotta go. Let's go to this band. I'm gonna get so high." And so I called John that afternoon. I'm like, "Hey, he's going to this show. I got an idea." And I go, "What if we bring my buddy Doug in as a doctor, and he's here for a random drug test tomorrow?"
No.
And so he's like, "That's brilliant. Let's do this." And we start working things out. I'm like, "Okay, let's do this." So the next morning we're on the air, and we tell our program director and that we're doing this thing, and he's like, "I'm in." And basically over the intercom, so our program director at the time announces, like, "Hey, it's a random drug test for the company."
No.
And you just see his face just go pale white. What? Yeah, the company just decided to do this. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "I am so busted." And so we're like, I think we can help you get out of this. I heard teriyaki sauce and Old Roy dog biscuits will dilute your urine. So I go to Walmart and I buy these Old Roy dog biscuits and this generic teriyaki sauce. And you dip the biscuits in there and he's eating them. And so the announcement would come up and say, "Brady Bogen to the bathroom. You're next on the test." "Oh, okay, I got to go." And so he's waiting for his name. So he's pounding the biscuits in teriyaki sauce. And so then he gets his name called. It's like he goes in there. And so my buddy came in, and he's in a lab jacket. And he's got the cups and everything. And so he's in the bathroom with him. And, of course, he's got stage fright, and then he's also squirming. The funniest thing is he's not the best under. That's why we knew he could do it. Cause he's buying into it. He becomes delusional. He tries to bribe.
Oh, no kidding.
Doug with $3. But I can get more. I can go to the ATM and get 40. Because our thing is we have these things called payday stuntman. We knew he's always spending his check. He was check by check. We'd push the limit. John would go, $500 if you eat the hottest pepper in the world or try something stupid stuff. Payday stuntman, we called him. Anyway, so he's like, "I can get $40 more." And he's like, so Doug comes out, "Guys," and we're all sitting in the program director's office. "Guys, he just tried to bribe me with $3. And he thinks
he's done.
Life is over. And we bring him into the room to basically, like, "You're punked."
Yeah.
And we say it to him.
It doesn't register.
No.
Oh my God.
He's in tears. Like, and like, "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
We're like, "Dude, this is all put on." And so
that's hilarious.
That's one of the better ones that I've ever seen. Hold off.
Just imagine just the laughing that was going.
Oh,
just horrible.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Well, hey, everybody comes on the show, gets a gift. So I'm going to give you a gift. I've got an
adult toy.
An adult toy.
Cool.
Yeah. So the glass.
That's neat.
Yeah, the glass is actually, it says "I went above and beyond," and it's got your name engraved on it. My friend at Roxine Calligraphy
Thank you.
engraved that. So whatever your beverage of choice, whether it's orange juice
or the Shirley Temple.
There you go. Yeah, and then a coin. So I really appreciate it. I've enjoyed our conversation.
John, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. It's good to.
Sorry if I bored your audience.
No, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So, anyways, well, thank you very much.
You got it.
All right.
This is Brady Bogen, and I went above and beyond.
Real deals, authentic connections, the kind that heals from Palm Springs to Pine Top Grace. APN's network spans every place. Above Par Network, we're going above and beyond, reaching work, we truly thrive.
Like, share, and subscribe to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. Elevate your mindset, one episode at a time.